Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Continuing the Eyes of the Impossible, we are almost there. As we heard in the last chapter, Johannes could go with Helene and the other goats. Probably for the best because, those humans still think that he's full coyote and that they're going to try and catch him and do I don't know what. So it would be probably best if he was able to leave. But what's Bertrand going to say? He's injured, and Bertrand is his best friend. How's that going to go down? Let's find out. Remember, this is a blind read. I don't know what will happen until I read it. So be prepared for anything and everything. This is for the American Cancer Society readathon. Link in the description below to donate. And if you like my content, click like, subscribe, dingling the notification bell, and let's go. Let's do this thing. All right, chapter 37. Helene understood completely, and because we no longer had to sneak three enormous mammal mountains onto the ship, everything was now looser and easier. I had time to find my friend. Just be quick, we only have a few minutes, Helene said, and I laughed. I laughed as I flew down the hill and across the beach and made the spectacular diagonal across the park. Just be quick, she said. I laughed and laughed until I encountered Angus, red-eyed, coming from the direction of Bertrand's nest. He's not here, he said, his voice cracking. Oh no. I'm going to give a preemptory trigger alert now. I don't know what's going to happen. But yeep. Here we go. Now Angus was blubbering. He could barely form words. He's flying his last flight. Look behind you over the sea. Although I did not want to, I turned around and looked up, and there, high in the white sky, I saw a tiny, jagged shape. It was Bertrand flying over the ocean, flying crookedly, desperately in his final flight. Oh no, not these. I was afraid of this. No, I thought, not the coda, not now. You go, Angus said. I'll catch up. And I ran. I ran to the ocean faster than I ever ran before. And now that I knew I was half coyote and that my coyote blood gave me my speed and perhaps my eyes too, I embraced it all and ran with the power of all dogs, all coyotes, every one of them who had come before me. Bertrand! I yelled as I ran, but I was still far away, and the spiraling bird in the sky kept climbing. Please stop, I prayed. Please hear me, I prayed. I looked to the sun and asked for her help. Please, please, please. I huffed as I ran, and soon I could see the ocean, its froth and wind, and I saw Bertrand more clearly now. I could see him high above, flying 1,000 feet in the sky, directly above the hill where Helene said Helene and Sonia and Yolanda still stood. Oh, Bertrand, I thought, no, please don't. I ran to the rock. I thought if I got to the top of the rock, I could roar to him. I could howl to him and ask him to stop. I could tell him that he didn't have to do this. I knew that this was the a kind of drama, kind of theater that he loved so much. He would see this as heroic. I raced to the beach, and there I saw the usual line of gulls on the shore, watching Bertrand in their usual solemn manner. A few of them glanced at me as I passed, closing their eyes to me in acknowledgment of my friendship with Bertrand, who soon would be dead in this most honorable way. I flew across the beach, and instantly I was upon the rock and scaled it in 3 bounds. And at its peak, I joined Helene and Yolanda and Sonia. They were watching with tears soaking their feathers and fur. Oh, Johannes, I can't look, Helene said. Is this really something you all do here? It's awful. Bertrand, I yelled to the sky. It's no use, Yolanda said. It's custom. You know this is their idea of honor. We can't change it. Bertrand, I roared again to the sky. The crooked flying bird, that was Bertrand, made no indication that he heard. He was rising higher and higher and higher, and this meant he would soon let go. This was what the end was like, the theatrical flying in ever-rising gyres until, finally, the gulls let go. They cease their fighting to stay aloft, and they fall. Finally, fall until they crash into the sea and are gone. Bertrand! I howled again, and this time Bertrand's faraway silhouette seemed to falter. Come down here! I yelled. But the faltering was just a prelude to falling. The magnificent bird that was Bertrand began to drop from the sky. Stop! I yelled. He plummeted like a ragged mess of bone and feather. Please! I roared. I summoned the earth. I summoned the clouds. I summoned the sun. Bertrand! I yelled. There is more! Okay, we keep talking about this being honorable. I mean, it's what seagulls do naturally in the wild when when they know that they are unwell and are about to die, then they do a final flight and then, go into the ocean or whatever body of water they're near. That's a custom. It's not a custom. It's part of their genetic thing. But unaliving is never honorable. Mm-mm. Nope, never. I will leave a website and a link and a phone number if this is something that has ever crossed anybody's mind. Please, please, please get some help. There's so much more out there. Like like Johanna said, there's so much more out there. Whatever you're feeling at the moment is not the only thing. Oh, this is intense. All right. I'll see you next time for the conclusion of The Eyes in the Impossible. Roma Riva Kirshna, Auntie Heather loves you very much, and I love the rest of you too. Big hugs all around, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.